Spain is a country where stone tells stories. Stories of faith, power, conquest, and creativity that span over 1,000 years. Today, we're taking you on an unforgettable journey through 5 of Spain's grandest cathedrals, masterpieces that aren't just buildings, but living chapters of history. From Barcelona's Sagrada Familia, a surreal vision still rising toward the sky after more than a century, to the Mosque-Cathedral of Córdoba, a breathtaking fusion of Islamic and Christian architecture unlike anything else on earth. We'll step inside Seville Cathedral, the third largest cathedral in the world, built so grand that its creators famously said, "Let us build a church so beautiful and so magnificent that those who see it finished will think we were mad." Then we journey to Toledo Cathedral, the cathedral primata of Spain, where Gothic splendor meets intricate mudéjar artistry, once the spiritual heart of an empire. And finally, standing beside the royal palace in Spain's capital, we arrive at Almudena Cathedral in Madrid, a symbol of tradition, modern history, and national identity. Each of these cathedrals is extraordinary on its own, where past and present collide in the most unexpected way. So stay with me until the very end, because by the time this journey is over, you may never look at cathedrals, or Spain, the same way again. Let's begin. We begin our journey in Barcelona at La Sagrada Familia, one of the most iconic architectural wonders in the world. Designed by the visionary Antoni Gaudí, this extraordinary basilica is far more than a photo stop. Rising skyward with its unmistakable spires, the Sagrada Familia is a place where architecture, nature, and faith come together in breathtaking harmony. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it is Gaudí's unfinished masterpiece, an immense work of symbolism and innovation. Every facade, column, and beam tells a story. Step inside, and the interior feels less like a church and more like a living forest, with towering, tree-like columns branching toward the ceiling, and light pouring in through vibrant stained glass windows. Construction began in 1882, originally under architect Francisco de Paula del Villar, before Gaudí took over in 1883 and devoted the rest of his life to transforming the design. More than 140 years later, the basilica remains under construction, with completion anticipated around this year 2026, marking the centenary of Gaudí's death. The Sagrada Familia is defined by its 3 monumental facades. The Nativity facade, celebrating the birth of Christ with rich detail and natural forms. The Passion facade, stark and dramatic, portraying suffering and sacrifice. And the Glory facade, still under construction, representing the path to eternal life. Above it all, rise 18 symbolic towers, dedicated to the apostles, evangelists, the Virgin Mary, and Jesus Christ, the tallest at the center. Every element is deeply symbolic, inspired by nature and infused with meaning. Light, stone, and structure work together to create an experience that feels timeless, spiritual, and utterly unique. La Sagrada Familia is not just a cathedral, it's a vision still unfolding, and one of the greatest architectural achievements in human history. Up next is one of my favorite historical landmarks in all of Spain, the Mosque-Cathedral of Córdoba, a place where centuries of history coexist under one roof. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984, this monument is widely considered the most important example of Islamic architecture in the Western world, and one of the most extraordinary buildings ever created. What makes it truly unique is not just its beauty, but its story, an architectural dialogue between Islamic and Christian civilizations. This sacred site has been used for worship since ancient times. It once held a Roman temple, later a Visigothic Christian basilica, and eventually became a grand mosque under Muslim rule. In the 8th century, Abd al-Rahman I transformed the site into Córdoba's Great Mosque, reusing Roman and Visigothic columns that are still visible today. Step inside, and you're met with its most iconic feature, a mesmerizing forest of columns, crowned with red and white double arches that seem to stretch endlessly in every direction. This bold architectural innovation was revolutionary for its time, and would influence Islamic and European architecture for centuries. As Córdoba rose to prominence as the capital of El Califato of Al-Andalus, the mosque expanded alongside the city, which became one of the greatest cultural and intellectual centers in the world, rivaling Constantinople and Baghdad. In 1236, following the Christian reconquest, the mosque was consecrated as a cathedral. Rather than destroying it, Christian builders integrated Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements directly into the structure, creating the remarkable hybrid monument we see today. The result is something found nowhere else on Earth. A single building that physically embodies the intersection of East and West, faith and power, continuity and change. The Mosque-Cathedral of Córdoba is not just a monument. It's a living testament to coexistence, adaptation, and the enduring legacy of human creativity. Before we move on, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and become part of our community. I release exciting new episodes regularly, taking you on journeys to incredible destinations across the globe. Your support makes it possible for me to share these travel stories and adventures with you. So thank you for being a part of this amazing journey. Our next destination is the largest of them all, Seville Cathedral, a true giant of Gothic architecture and one of Spain's greatest treasures. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987, this monumental complex includes the cathedral itself, the Giralda Bell Tower, the Orange Tree Courtyard, and the Royal Chapel, each revealing a different layer of Seville's history. Built on the site of a former mosque, Seville Cathedral is the largest Gothic cathedral in the world and the third largest Christian church overall, after St. Peter's Basilica in Rome and St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Its creators famously declared, "Let us build a church so beautiful and so magnificent that those who see it finished will think us mad." Inside, the vast interior unfolds as an immense rectangular hall, crowned by soaring ribbed vaults and illuminated by stained glass windows that cast a soft, colored light across the space. At its heart stands the Capilla Mayor, home to one of the largest and most elaborate Gothic altarpieces ever created. The cathedral also houses the Royal Chapel, where Castilian kings, including Fernando III and Alfonso X the Wise, are laid to rest, as well as the striking mausoleum of Christopher Columbus, one of the monument's most visited features. Rising above it all is La Giralda, originally built as a minaret and later transformed into a bell tower. Inspired by the Koutoubia Mosque of Marrakesh, its blend of Islamic design and Renaissance additions offers sweeping panoramic views over Seville. Seville Cathedral is more than a place of worship. It's a symbol of power, faith, and artistic ambition, standing as a reminder of a city that once sat at the very center of the world. Our next stop brings us to the prime cathedral of Spain, Toledo Cathedral, officially known as the Catedral Primata, and one of the finest examples of Spanish Gothic architecture. This sacred site has been a place of worship for over 1,000 years. It began as a Visigothic church in the 6th century, was later transformed into a Muslim mosque, and in 1226, under King Ferdinand III, construction began on the great Gothic cathedral we see today. Work would continue for nearly 2 centuries, resulting in a monument of extraordinary scale and richness. The cathedral features 5 vast naves, supported by 88 columns, and stretches an impressive 120 meters in length. Light pours through stunning stained glass windows dating from the 14th to the 16th centuries, bathing the interior in shifting color. At its heart stands the main altarpiece, a monumental golden retable rising 5 stories high, commissioned by Cardinal Cisneros at the turn of the 16th century. Carved, painted, and gilded by master artists of the era. It depicts scenes from the New Testament, and is considered one of the greatest altarpieces in Christendom. The cathedral's choir is equally breathtaking, renowned for its intricate woodwork that tells the story of Spain's final reconquest, including the fall of Granada. Nearby, the Santiago Chapel houses the tombs of Álvaro de Luna and Juana de Pimentel, while the sacristy displays masterpieces by El Greco and other great painters. One of Toledo Cathedral's most astonishing features lies just behind the altar, El Transparente. This dramatic Baroque installation was designed to channel natural light from above, illuminating the tabernacle at precise moments of the day. A powerful fusion of art, architecture, and faith. Every corner of Toledo Cathedral reveals something extraordinary. Look up. Look closer, and you'll discover a place where devotion, craftsmanship, and centuries of history come together in breathtaking harmony. Our final stop brings us to Spain's capital, Madrid, and to its most important religious monument, the Cathedral of Santa Maria la Real de la Almudena. Unlike the ancient cathedrals we've seen so far, Almudena has a surprisingly modern story. Construction began in 1883, when King Alfonso XII laid the first stone, based on designs by architect Francisco de Cubas. Originally intended as a royal pantheon, the project was later transformed into a cathedral when Madrid became its own diocese. From the very beginning, Almudena faced delays, funding shortages, shifting architectural visions, and even the Spanish Civil War, which halted construction entirely. Over the decades, multiple architects reshaped the project, blending styles to better suit its dramatic setting beside the royal palace. The result is a striking contrast. A neoclassical exterior that harmonizes with the palace, and a Gothic-inspired interior unlike any other in Spain. Inside, vivid colors, geometric patterns, and modern stained glass fill the space with light and unexpected energy. The cathedral's Romanesque crypt, one of the earliest completed sections, remains one of its most atmospheric features. Almudena also houses a museum dedicated to Madrid's patron saints, the Virgin of Almudena and San Isidro Labrador, and explores the life of the church through the 7 sacraments. After more than a century of construction, the cathedral was finally completed and consecrated in 1993 by Pope John Paul II, making it the first cathedral ever consecrated by a pope outside of Rome. Almudena Cathedral stands as a symbol of Madrid itself, resilient, evolving, and full of contrasts, bringing our journey through Spain's grandest cathedrals to a powerful and unforgettable close. Thank you so much for staying with me until the very end. I hope you enjoyed exploring these incredible cathedrals across Spain, as much as I loved sharing their stories with you. If you did, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment telling me which cathedral stole your heart, or which one you'd love to visit next. And subscribe for more travel stories and inspiration from around the world. This is Christina, reminding you to embrace the journey, explore new horizons, and collect memories that last a lifetime. Until next time, happy travels, and vamos!